50 years, over 20 million units sold, and now Volkswagen has done something nobody expected it to pull off at this price point. The Polo has gone fully electric, and the starting number is genuinely surprising. The Volkswagen ID Polo was officially unveiled on April 29, 2026. Pre-orders opened in Germany the same day. The entry-level trend trim kicks off at $24,995, which converts to approximately $29,300. For a brand new European electric hatchback built on a purpose-designed EV platform with up to 283 miles of range, that number is going to make a lot of people pay attention. This video covers everything you need to know about the ID Polo, the specs, the battery options, the interior, the competition, and the one catch buried in the pricing that you need to hear before you get too excited. Stay until the end, because the catch is significant, and it changes the picture considerably depending on when you are looking to buy. Start with what this car actually is, because the ID Polo carries 50 years of nameplate heritage into a completely new era. The ID Polo is built on the MEB Plus platform with front-wheel drive and measures 4,053 mm in length, 1,816 mm in width, and 1,530 meters in height, making it roughly the same size as the combustion-engined Polo, but with significantly more interior space thanks to the flat battery pack design and compact drive modules. The rear passengers gain about 19 mm of additional legroom compared to the outgoing model. The boot measures 435 liters, expandable to over 1,200 liters with the rear seats folded. For a car this small on the outside, those numbers are genuinely impressive and put it in competition with vehicles from a class above on pure practicality. Now the powertrain options. Because there are several, and choosing the wrong one has real implications. At launch, the ID Polo is available in 3 power outputs. The entry-level produces 85 kWh or 116 horsepower. The mid-spec produces 99 kWh or 135 horsepower. The performance version produces 155 kWh or 211 horsepower. All 3 are front-wheel drive. A GTI version producing 166 kWh or 226 horsepower with an electronically controlled limited slip differential and specially calibrated chassis will arrive in 2027. If you are already thinking about the GTI, the wait is real, but the specification sounds genuinely exciting for a car this size. The battery story is where it gets more complicated. The 85 kV and 99 kV versions come with a 37 kV lithium iron phosphate battery offering up to 329 km of range and DC fast charging at up to 90 kWh. The 155 kWh version uses a 52 kWh nickel-manganese cobalt battery, delivering up to 454 km of range and fast charging at up to 130 kWh DC. In real-world terms, the 37 kWh version gives you around 185 to 205 miles of usable range depending on conditions. The 52 kWh version pushes closer to 280 miles. For city driving and daily commuting, the smaller battery is more than adequate. For longer trips and mixed use, the 52 kWh is the one worth having. Charging speed matters here too. The 52 kWh NMC pack charges from 10 to 80% in approximately 23 to 27 minutes on a fast charger. That is a competitive number for a car at this price point and positions the ID Polo well against rivals like the Renault 5 and Kia EV3 on real-world usability. Inside, Volkswagen has done something meaningful with the cabin design. The ID Polo debuts Volkswagen's pure positive interior design language with a 10.25-inch digital instrument cluster and a 13-inch central touchscreen. Physical buttons handle climate control. There is a rotary audio dial between the front seats, and a retro display mode transforms the instruments into graphics inspired by the first-generation Golf, complete with a classic speedometer and a power gauge standing in for the rev counter. That retro mode is the kind of detail that sounds gimmicky on paper and looks genuinely charming in person. Volkswagen's head of design Andreas Mint described the cabin brief as wanting it to feel like a familiar friend, and the production execution lands close to that. 3 trim levels cover the range at launch. Trend gets LED headlights, side assist, lane assist, and standard 90 kWh DC charging. Life adds adaptive cruise control, a rear camera, CarPlay, Android Auto, and wireless phone charging. Style goes further with IQ Light LED matrix headlights, 3D tail lights, an illuminated VW logo front and rear, sport comfort seats, and 2-zone climate control. Now the catch. Because the $29,300 headline price is real, but it is not the full story. The entry-level trend trim at $24,995 is not available to order right now. The only configuration open for pre-order at launch is the mid-spec Life trim, which starts at $33,795 or approximately $39,600. The reason is a supply problem with LFP batteries that is delaying production of the entry-level versions. The 85 kWh and 99 kWh variants with the smaller 37 kWh battery may not arrive until late 2026 or early 2027. That is a meaningful gap. The car that gets announced at $29,300 and the car you can actually order today at $39,600 are different propositions. If you are in the market right now and want an ID Polo, you are paying significantly more than the headline figure suggests. If you can wait until the end of the year or into early 2027, the entry-level pricing becomes accessible. That timeline is worth building into your decision. The competition context is equally important for understanding what Volkswagen is doing here. The ID Polo goes head-to-head with the Renault 5, the Kia EV3, the Hyundai Inster, and the BYD Dolphin Surf in the European affordable EV segment. The Renault 5 has been the benchmark in this space since its launch and starts at a nearly identical price point. The Kia EV3 offers more range but at a higher entry price. The BYD Dolphin Surf undercuts everyone on price, but carries the trade-off of being a Chinese brand in a market where consumer trust is still developing. What the ID Polo brings to this fight that none of the others can match is 50 years of Polo heritage and Volkswagen brand recognition. For buyers who grew up with the Polo and are making their first electric purchase, the familiar name on an unfamiliar type of car is a meaningful reassurance. Volkswagen knows this and has leaned into it deliberately with the retro interior details and the decision to bring back the Polo name rather than give the car a purely numeric ID identity. Volkswagen CEO Thomas Schaefer described the ID Polo as the beginning of a new generation of Volkswagen, with fresh design, intuitive operation, and top quality, and confirmed 6 new electric models launching across the brand in 2026. The ID Cross follows this summer as an electric counterpart to the T-Cross. The ID Polo is the first domino in what Volkswagen is positioning as its most aggressive EV push yet. For US buyers, the ID Polo is not arriving anytime soon. Volkswagen has confirmed it is a European market launch, and there is no confirmed timeline for a North American version. The platform and the price point make it theoretically viable for the US market eventually, but regulatory, safety, and business case considerations mean that conversation is at minimum several years away. What the ID Polo does for the US market right now is signal direction. It shows that Volkswagen is serious about affordable electric vehicles at genuine mass market price points, rather than only competing in the premium EV segment. If that commitment translates to North American product eventually, the company that brought you the Golf and the Jetta and the original Polo could become a serious player in a segment that currently has very few compelling options below $35,000. For now, the car is real, it is being ordered in Germany today, and the entry price of $29,300 is genuinely achievable once the supply chain catches up. Whether the wait is worth it depends entirely on what you need and when you need it. The electric Polo has arrived, 50 years in the making, and for once, the price tag matches the promise. If this is the kind of car news you want to catch the moment it drops, subscribe. And please do share this with someone who has been waiting for an affordable European electric hatchback that actually makes sense. Thanks for watching.